fit together. And we've got a lot of, I don't know whether this is the stupidest thing I've ever done or one of the best things I've ever done, but I ended up building my own NoSQL database. Because I did this big survey of NoSQL databases, and they all want to be databases, and telemetry streams are just different. Every piece of data is precious, and there isn't a lot of it. I mean, data for us costs $1 a kilobyte. Say that again, $1 a kilobyte. That completely changes the way you think about everything from marshalling messages to what is big data anyway, right? You go to the local store, you buy a 4 terabyte drive. For us to fill that will cost $4 billion. So before we fill our first disk drive, we can afford to put up our own satellite constellation. So we've got satellite on board the robot, software on board the robot. We've got software that's in the data cluster. We've got web applications, and we've got desktop applications. And they're all Java code, and they're all developed in NetBeans. And it's been entertaining. Most of the people at LRI that do software are actually, their original training is all in. They're all they tend to be like double E's or marine sciences folks. And for them, high tech is VI. And teaching these people to use NetBeans has been really entertaining. Just simple things like Git support, right? They use, teaching these people about modern, 21st century source code management, and the fact that NetBeans makes that really easy. We've got all of these places. I mean, we're like the poster child for end to end. At Sun for years and years and years, we told the story about end-to-end software development, and you don't get much crazier than this, right? So here's like the guts of one of our robots. It's in its heart of hearts. It's a little ARM running Java SE embedded. I just about exploded when NetBeans 7.3 came out because it had profiling support for the embedded VM, and that has saved my bacon so many times. It's just wonderful. As far as I know, it's the only profiling tool that works in embedded, which is a real game changer. And then it's like batteries and power distribution and cell phones and GPS receivers and all the rest of that. But, the brains is like this little ARM chip right down there. And of course we've got, code coming out of our ears to do stuff like this is the navigation module. In fact, this right here is the code for figuring out how to avoid a ship you're about to collide with. Always entertaining. There's a thing that this one class shipping situation represents what's going on with all the possible colliders that you might have to dodge. We've got all kinds of web apps. Here's an interesting web app that's used for calibrating the compasses. One of the things that's kind of weird for us is we push the end-to-end thing just a little bit farther, because not only do we run web apps in the cloud, we also run web apps on board the vehicle. And some of the desktop apps we've done are using JavaFX. How many people here have played with the new JavaFX? If you really push on it, it is amazing. Right, so here's a JavaFX app that was built using NetBeans, and we've got a really nice little map component that we built. You'll never zoom like that in a web browser, I guarantee you, especially when, if you look at something like this. So this is another one of our wave gliders. This one is a wave glider called Black Widow. She's been just out there going back and forth, and of course her track is kind of all noise, but that's mostly because she's got a very broken compass. And this one here is a simulated wave glider, so we can actually run simulations inside the visualizer. And so if I can actually change the simulated current, and you can see the path here has bowed out because I've just changed the speed of the current. And this is all really nice stuff with JavaFX, with this really cool UI that you can make. But let me go back to getting the live. Captain America, come back to me. So Captain America is out there. He's just been doing figure eights for a while. He's had some amusing telemetry issues. But the nice thing about Captain America is that he has a camera. So live from the Pacific, on board Captain America. And unfortunately, it's fairly grainy, low resolution, because it's a cell phone link from. You can see where we are. We're about a mile and a half offshore. Don and I have been having this discussion about what's going on with our communication link, but it's been behaving really well this morning. Although I did have a complete freak out just before coming on stage. But you can see that this track here. This is actually a real-time telemetry track. I'll stop fooling around, but you see, there's Captain America here. He's heading kind of northwest, and every 10 or 15 seconds, the little yellow icon, which is where the vehicle is, will move, he says, hoping and praying that it moves really soon. Unless, of course, we had another network breakdown. Oh, come on. Move. All right, well, I'm not going to restart it just to... network broke. So you notice here that Captain America was heading kind of northwest, and so here's another little thing. So this we've got all kinds of web pages, right? Because this is, but this web page and actually a whole bunch of other web pages, we actually run Jetty on board the app server, and we develop all the Jetty code. Using NetBeans. Got a few things to be grumpy about NetBeans, about Jetty with, but the embedded Glassfish support has kind of been not getting the love it needs. But we can do all kinds of things, and in particular, we can execute scripts on the vehicle, and actually you can type in. Right now it's Python. I've got a long list of reasons to be really grumpy with Python, and I'm going to replace it sometime soon. And I haven't decided whether to go Rhino or Groovy. But with Nashorn coming up, I'd be really, really tempted. But so if we head due east, so it just said pausing to do heading 9090. So it just executed the Python script nav.heading 90. and it should slowly start to come around. And you should be heading west. So please prove me wrong. Yeah.
He's heading, yeah.
So you can see he's turning. Yeah. You got the message, he's turning. So now you can actually see the island. If we wait long enough, you'll see Mauna Kea. And yes. So let's just shut down this app. Hello, NetBeans. NetBeans. Let's just rerun our FX app. So I don't want to do this for too long because I've got them on a course that will end badly if I do it for very long. And there are a bunch of people in our operations center who are probably looking at this and going, "What is it doing? It's on walkabout." So he's now heading due west. Actually, he hasn't. Oh, yes, he's moving. He's moving. So yeah, NetBeans driving robots and JavaFX and web apps, web apps in the cloud, web apps in the freaking robot, scripting, all tied together and video. It's I'm having way too much fun. All right. So who's next? But anyway, thanks to the NetBeans guys. It's been fabulous.
Can everybody hear me okay? My name's Glenn Holmer. I work for Wyco Group in Milwaukee.